So how can you level up your YouTube videos and your content? In this video, we're sharing 5 tips on how to make more interesting videos coming up.
What's up guys, Benji here.
Sean here.
Welcome to another episode of Video Influencers. We're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos.
Yes, and we're out here in Napa Valley. We just did a race. Benji ran a half marathon. I just ran a 5K. We have a team out here with us. And we're thinking about this content that we've been shooting out here is super interesting. Like, it's a little more dynamic, it's a little more creative. So we wanted to share some tips about how to make your content more creative.
First off, we're here at this Napa to Sonoma event. We're working with John Mediani. He's behind the lens right now. We're working with Weston. He's been taking some dope photos, and we've even got drone footage with Nice Chris. So it's been awesome. Even us collaborating together on this project.
But let's get into the tips. So tip number 1 is simply go outside. Now, I know that's kind of simple, but you know, as YouTubers and content creators, sometimes we just get stuck in front of a green screen, we get stuck in our office, it's stuck of our wall at home, and there's something so powerful about just going outside and getting around stuff that you don't know what you're gonna encounter. You don't know the locations you're gonna find, and so things level up. We're out here, we just started finding some beautiful locations as we were driving around that made the drone shots dynamic. We found these steps at a college, and all of a sudden, like, you know, we didn't have much inspiration, and then boom, this happened, and all of a sudden, like, we're super inspired, and things are really getting super interesting simply because we went outside.
Power tip here. I know a lot of people are fearful of recording in front of other people, and what I'd say to that is, practice makes perfect. We're literally around hundreds of people who are like staring at us. They don't know what we're doing, but it's okay. Getting the content, making it more interesting, that's what's important, so focus on that. Tip number 2, record during golden hour. This is a very magical time in the photography world. This is either early morning or late in the day, sunrise, sunset. I'm telling you, dope images. In fact, we did a lot of stuff yesterday, running stuff, dope photography, magical, and it'll make everything easier and more interesting.
Yeah, just that tip alone, if all you have is your smartphone and you just shoot as the sun is rising or setting, your pictures, your videos are gonna go to a whole nother level. And also, if you shoot in the middle of the day, it can be challenging to get really good footage. That's why we're actually sitting in the shade, because it's kind of the middle of the day, the sun's kind of right above us, and it's not really golden hour anymore. So really try to shoot early morning, sunrise or sunset.
Tip number 3, collaborate with people. This may seem kind of obvious, but we're not just talking about other YouTubers. Collaborate with other photographers, videographers. You know, we're working with an amazing team. I would not be able to put this video together if it wasn't for Sean and John and Weston and Nice Chris. You know, and that's really important to remember because they're gonna bring a different perspective. They're gonna have different tools, different experiences, and they're gonna level up your content to make it more interesting.
Absolutely, and also think about collaborating with other subjects. So not just shooters, but it also could be subjects. Like if you're a videographer, you're doing video production, look for a runner, look for an athlete, or look for a chef, or look for somebody that can make your content interesting. If you can just collaborate, and one power tip here is a site called MeetUp.com. It's a super cool site that's free. We'll link it up in the description below. And you can find local meetups. That's where you can find photographers, find other videographers, find drone pilots, and maybe just put together a collaboration project.
Tip number 4, find interesting locations or events. Obviously, we're here at a half marathon. It's fun, it's got lots of vibes, tons of people, have a lot of energy, and again, that's just gonna make your videos that much more interesting. So find something that's gonna add a level of action, that's gonna add a level of fun to your content without you doing a lot of work.
Yeah, so your action item there is just put something on the calendar. What's an event that maybe is close to you or further away, and get it on the calendar, because simply going to something interesting is gonna make your videos a lot more interesting. And tip number 5 is shoot more B-roll. Now, if you've never heard the term B-roll before, typically if you're just sitting on, you know, a bench like this talking, that's the A-roll. But when we cut to footage like this, or when we show you shots like this, that's the B-roll, those other shots that are laid on top as we're talking. And so even if you just have a smartphone, never let gear limit you. Shoot your footage, but then go back and start shooting some dynamic shots, more B-roll. Maybe it's product shots, maybe it's just environment, landscape, letting you know where the location is. B-roll always can make your videos and your content a lot more creative and a lot more interesting.
Perfect example of this is how many people do we watch that are just simply recording themselves talking, right? The whole time. Super boring unless the content's very interesting. Maybe you're someone that's not like high level of energy. Whatever it is you're talking about, there's these ducks over here, right? I could talk about them for 5 minutes, maybe boring, but if I pan to the ducks, would be a lot more interesting. So, with that being said, question of the day, what are your tips for making your videos interesting?
Let us know in the comments below, and remember that some of the best tips and feedback come from you, the video influencers community, so definitely share your tips in the comment section.
Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos and leave a comment down below.
Yes, and if you want to check out some of the videos that we were doing from this project, we'll link up a playlist on the screen here. You can just click there. And remember, Video Influencers is
helping build your influence, income, and impact with online videos.
Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon.